first of all, good afternoon to everybody. I hope you all are fit and fine at your homes. So, today we are going to do revision on Standard 8 Maths second chapter, that is parallel lines and transversal. Now, what are parallel lines? Lines which do not intersect each other in the plane. So here you will see AB and CD are parallel lines, and transversal is the line which is intersecting the two parallel lines. So that is known as the transversal, which is intersecting the two parallel lines. It is meeting the line AB at F and CD at G. So as you know, when there are two parallel lines and one transversal striking it, you will get 8 angles. So the angles are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So you get 8 angles. Now we will see first pair of angles that are curved. Now it forms some pair of angles. Now which angles they are forming, we will see that first corresponding angles. Then you have interior angles, and then alternate angles. Now if you see over here, what are corresponding angles? The angles which will form the steps of a staircase. If you imagine in this, if you are stepping over here, the next you will step over here. So this is an easy trick to understand, to make out from here which is the corresponding angle. Now from G, now the angle, we can write the names of the angle over here. So first we will write for the corresponding angles. So if you just remember that you have to see the staircase, steps of a staircase. If you are stepping over here, next you will step over here. So these two are corresponding angles. Now if you name, it will come angle EFB. So here you will get EFB and angle, this is FGD. So you will get FGD. Similar way, on this side also you will get this and this are corresponding angles. So you will get angle EFA and angle FGC. So here you will get FGC. So these are corresponding angles. But if you see from this side, one more pair you will get, this and this. So this angle is what? BFG, and here you will get BGH. These are also corresponding angles. Similar way from here, if you see this and this, they are corresponding angles. See, if you step here, next you will step over here. So here the angle is AFG and here it is CGH. So those are also corresponding angles. Now we will see for interior angles. Now by the name itself you will come to know that interior angles are the angles which lie inside. So inside the lines which angle are there, those are interior angles. See, for example, here if you see the angle F and angle G over here. Now what will be the name of that angle? That is BFG. So here you will get angle BFG and angle, here you can write DGF. So here you will write DGF. So if you see over here, these are interior angles. Here also you will get AFG and here you will get CGF. So these are also interior angles. Here there is one pair, here there is another pair. So these are interior angles. Now third we have alternate angles. Now what are alternate angles? Now how to remember them? Alternate angles will form corners of a Z, letter Z. Now if you see over here, see, you are forming a Z over here. These are the corners. So these are alternate angles. So here what angle you are getting? Here you will get, see here, these, if you see over here, A, F, G and F, G, D. So here you will get angle A, F, G and angle F, G, D. So you will get F, G, D. Now if you go in the reverse Z, see here, if you go in the reverse Z also, you will get in alternate angles. So these are alternate angles over here also. So, and when you are taking these as alternate angles, these are inside, so it will be interior alternate angles. And the top of it, this part and this part, those are exterior alternate angles. And if you consider this Z, so these will be the exterior alternate angles. So in alternate angles also you have interior alternate angles, exterior alternate angles. Now we'll see the properties. Corresponding angles are congruent to each other. They have same measures. So if this is 50 degree, this will also be 50 degree. So always remember corresponding angles are congruent to each other. Interior angles, sum is 180. They are supplementary. Means if you are taking these angles F and G, so you can write angle F plus angle G is equal to 180 degree because they are interior angles. So interior angle sum is 180, they are supplementary. Alternate angles are congruent to each other. Their measure will come same. Now if you are taking this as 70, this will also come 70. So always remember that alternate angles are congruent to each other. Now another pair which you will require while solving sums, that we will see what to remember about them. Next, you have angles in a linear pair. The adjacent angles, see like this. So here how many pairs? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So remember, these are linear pair angles. This way you can take this way or this way or this way. So these are angles in a linear pair. And linear pair angles are supplementary. Their sum will be 180. So remember, for linear pair the sum is 180. For interior angles the sum is 180. Now you have, then we'll see angles in a linear pair. Angles in a linear pair. Then vertically opposite angles. Now what are vertically opposite angles? See, these are vertically opposite angles which are opposite to each other. See, these are vertically opposite angles. Here vertically opposite angles. Here also these are vertically opposite angles. These are vertically opposite angles. And vertically opposite angles are congruent to each other. So remember, for corresponding angles are congruent to each other. Interior angles sum is 180, that is they are supplementary. Alternate angles, they form corners of a Z, they are also congruent to each other. And these angles, just remember the angles in a linear pair and vertically opposite angles, because this you will require while solving the sums. So angles in a linear pair, they are supplementary, that is their sum is 180, and vertically opposite angles, they are congruent to each other. Now we'll see examples. Now see over here, Now, how will you find the corresponding angles over here? So for corresponding angle you will get here this and this step. So Q and R. So angle Q and angle R, corresponding angles. Now here this side, if you see W and T. So angle T and angle W. If you see from upper side, it will be R and Y. Angle R and angle Y. Here it will be S and Z. Angle S and angle Z. So these are corresponding angles. Then we will see interior angles. Now in interior angles, inside angles R and X. So angle R and angle X. Here you will have angle S and angle W. Then we will see alternate angles. Now for alternate angles, see they are forming the corners of a Z, so it will become R and W. So angle R and angle W. Here it is S and X. So you will get S and angle X. These are interior alternate angles. Now if you take exterior alternate angles, if this is the Z you are forming, then Q and Z will be exterior alternate angles. If this side Z you are taking, so T and Y will be exterior alternate angles. S and Q are vertically opposite angles, P and R are vertically opposite angles, WY vertically opposite angles, Z and X vertically opposite angles. Linear pair, PQ linear pair, QR linear pair, SR linear pair, PS linear pair. Angles forming a linear pair, their sum is 180. WX linear pair, XY linear pair, YZ linear pair, ZW linear pair. Linear pair sum is also 180. Corresponding angles congruent to each other. So they both are, all pairs are congruent to each other. Here interior angle sum is 180. Angle R plus angle X is 180. Alternate angles are congruent to each other. So I hope you are understood that how the angles are formed by two parallel lines and one transversal. Now next, now we will see few sums regarding that. Now see here, if suppose this is N and this is the transversal P, this angle is 3x and this is x, and we want to find the value of x. How you will find the value of x? See, these two are parallel lines. M and N are parallel lines. Q is the transversal. So these two are interior angles. And what is the property of interior angles? That they are supplementary. So what you can get, therefore 3x plus x is equal to 180 degrees. So here you will get 4x is equal to 180 degrees. So x is equal to 180 by 4. So here you will get 2 2s are 4, 2 9s are 18, 0, 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8 and 2 5s are 10. So x value you will get 45. So x value is 45. So here this angle is how much? 45 degree. And this angle will be what? 45 into 3. 5 3s are 15, 4 3s are 12, 13. So this angle will be 135. Now you can tally that the sum should be 180. Now 135 plus 45 do. It is coming 180 degree. I hope you understood this. Now we'll see angle is 40 degree over here, and this angle is 70 degree, and this is y over here. So, and here it is x. Now if you see in this, line P is parallel to line Q. See, P is parallel and T and S are transversal. Now if you see over here, in this, first we have to find x and then we have to find z. Now if you see here, this is x. You want to find x, you can find this angle first. You name it as z. Now these two angles, they are corresponding angles. So you can write that line P is parallel to line Q and line T is the transversal. Therefore z will be 40 degree. Reason you will write corresponding angles. So you will get, therefore measure angle is how much? 40 degree. Reason corresponding angle. See, we have solved this one previously. You just see. So here it will come. Z is how much? 40 degree. Now if you see, this Z and X, they are forming a linear pair. So when they are forming a linear pair, how we will solve that their sum is 180. So you will minus 180 minus 40 from Z. So how you will write here? See, angle X plus angle Z is equal to 180 degree. Angles forming a linear pair. Now if you see here, angle X plus angle Z. So angle Z is how much? 40 degree. So this will become 180. So angle X is how much? 180 minus 40. So angle X you will get as 40 degree. So here we are getting 40 degree. Now if you see here also, if you give some other name over here, for example W, if this is 70, you will get this angle as 70 degree. Why? Vertically opposite angles. Then you can get Y. These are interior angles. So you will do 180 minus 70. Then you will get Y as 110. So any form you can take, anyhow you can take, but you have to use the properties. For example, you are taking your W. So what you will get? Angle W is equal to 70 degree. Why? Vertically opposite angles. Then you can do angle W plus angle Y is equal to 180. Here you can write interior angles. But before writing this, you have to write that angle P is parallel to angle Q and line P is parallel to line Q. And line S is the transversal. So that is why you are getting these interior angles. So here W is how much? 70. So 70 plus angle Y is equal to 180 degree. So angle Y is equal to 180 degree minus 70 degree, that is 110 degree. So angle Y you are getting 110. So in this way, you have to use the properties of the angles and find the values of the other angles. I hope you have understood. Do the exercise again.